the love triangle today.
Right, exactly.
So
Yes, of course, our good friends Mega Magwitch and the Black Link are disposed. What's the word when they're gone? That we haven't killed them. No, I meant they're
indisposed. Is it
indisposed.
indisposed?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I always thought
No,
that
they're
meant
not.
in the toilet. Like, he's indisposed.
That's actually what I thought too.
Isn't it like the polite way of saying in the
Indisposed.
toilet?
Yeah, it is.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so it's just the three of us. I'm happy to be back this week, but we're going to hold it down. And I'm going to let these guys talk a lot because my voice hurts because we shoutcasted a tournament for like 8 hours yesterday.
You did.
I don't know how you're fine Fallout, but my voice hurts.
I don't know.
You did a phenomenal job, boys. Like,
Thank you.
yeah,
I
I
really
did.
do
I thought I'd be going to bed, but I did actually catch at least a good. I think I tuned in just as it was God Squad versus Strategize. Was it?
Yeah.
that
the
sounds
match
about
to
right.
get that God Squad moved up to the grand finals. It's kind of crazy. So we had this tournament. If you didn't hear about it, it's the PvP Legends tournament right here on Planet Destiny. Far Cognitions and Last Rites put it together. They did a fantastic job, and a lot of people worked on it. It was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes to make it run smoothly. But it was the 4v4 Xbox tourney, and we saw some pretty insanely hyped games. We saw Pashi and the God Squad move up to the grand finals quickly, but it was a double elimination, so they have to win. The losing bracket would have to win 2 series against them, and IMBSK went down to the losers bracket early, and then they just won game after game after game after game after game to get back up into the grand finals, and then beat the God Squad in 2 series and a really dominant
Convincingly.
wins, and
Wow.
it was crazy.
There's really nothing more hype than a crazy good losers bracket run in any tournament. When you
Yeah.
just see a team burn all the way through loser bracket and then just clinch it in the end. That was really entertaining to watch.
It was crazy. We and every game was different in the last series because we had watched multiple games of Supremacy on Cauldron, multiple games of Zone Control on Burning Shrine, and we had our guesses about how that would play out, and then these two teams did it so differently, and we saw this amazing defender meta sort of rise to the surface almost halfway through.
Easy.
Big credits go to Strategize, who ended up in 3rd place, and they really worked the defender meta, and I think some teams picked that up from them to go on and use it to win some games. So that was pretty nuts.
Yeah, man, I saw all the memes and the excitement on Twitter the following day about defenders being like top tier.
The new hotness.
Yeah,
like
the new
everybody
hotness.
dusting off their defender titan and rolling into the matchmaking to bring the pain.
Yeah, at least in the 4v4, Sunbreakers and Defenders were the real story, and that was pretty awesome to see them just sort of shape the games and stuff like that, and to see a guy like Pashi on a Sunbreaker.
And I was just about to
Suncharge,
say,
that's amazing.
Yeah, man. I think that's gonna take some adjustment, because as I tuned in, I was like, oh, Poshy's on his Sunbreaker. Okay. Well, it's a nice way to bring a new dimension to things, though, because like he's really famous for the Blade Dancer with fleet-footed and brandishing the old sticky grenades and stuff. So when you see somebody like that playing something different, it's kind of nice, man.
You know it's about to get real.
Yeah.
When you switch off your tried and true, you're like, time to
man.
mix it up, baby.
Yeah, and then you even hear Pashi going, "We need a defender on our team. That's the meta." You're like, "What?
Okay.
What year is it? What did
I
you
will
just
take
say?"
things I thought I would never hear in a Destiny tournament for 1,000. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, some people have been saying for a long time, defenders work. They work well for PvP.
Well,
Yeah, some people have been making it their mission to ruin everyone else's fun with with the suppressors and getting that bubble first in
What are
trials
you-
match and just
implying here, Bones, that there's some sort of fun police going on.
yeah, just like they just love ruining people's times. I don't know, something like
I
that.
don't think I've ever heard of such a person or organization like that before.
It rings a bell, I think.
I
Maybe
don't-
it's something in
Something like that.
a
I'll have to look
previous
that up.
life, maybe. I don't know.
Well, the
But well
bottom line
done.
was
Well
Yeah,
done,
it was
guys. Like the
tournament.
shoutcasting that was like your first. Was it your first time doing that for? Like, I don't know, Bones, you've
our
done that
second.
before, haven't you?
We had done that. We had done that before.
Right. Okay.
Sort of in a different format, though. I
Yeah.
loved the system where we had the scoreboard, and it was just the two of us in a Skype chat, so everyone could see the gameplay in full glory. I liked the setup;
Yeah.
it was fun, made it
It
easy.
was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we would love to do it again. Thank you to everybody who reached out to us on Twitter, on PlayStation, the messages we got. It's just awesome. We just had a great time, great tournament. Looking forward to more.
Absolutely.
Crispy.
So what's new with you, Story?
What's new with me? Oh, you don't want to know. I could moan
Oh, well,
about so many
like
things.
that, huh?
It's like I'm doing an office remodeling. I want to get a new stream set up, so I'm in a big mess. You don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about Destiny-related objects and poetry.
We want to hear about the dawning, I think is what we want to hear about.
Yes, we
Oh
do.
my goodness.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about the dawning, please?
The
Can we
dawning.
talk a little bit?
It actually has a name this time around. It's not just like, oh, SRL event or whatever. We actually have a name for this event. It is event. It's not really a DLC because it's free. And, well, free for owners of the Rise of Iron expansion pack. Yes. But yeah, it's got a name, The Dawning. And who is Dawn? That's the question we're here to answer today.
It's, you know,
No one knows?
I got nothing.
Got nothing.
nothing.
Got nothing. Okay.
it was funny to me to have this like idea that there are holidays in the Destiny universe, which I love. I think that's great. And like, you know, Festival of the Lost with its flaws and ups and downs, I still like the concept of yearly events and be able to celebrate something within the lore and things like that. So it's really cool that there's new ones. I guess there's a sort of a winter festivus. It's not necessarily Christmas, just a celebration of cold weather. But it's always funny where it's like it didn't happen the last 2 years. So is it a new tradition, or is it something that has existed the whole time in the lore? But either way, I'm excited to see how they decide to throw a party for winter, I guess.
Well, I don't care how anyone wants to label it. The tower's getting Christmas decorations. That's the first observation that I made was, ooh, tower's getting Christmas decorations. Yes.
Yes, looks pretty.
Yeah, man.
It does look pretty. That trailer was pretty hype too. The one that they put out on YouTube and everywhere and whatever.
Wasn't
If you haven't seen
expecting
that trailer,
Yeah, wasn't expecting new armor. That kind of
Oof.
took me by surprise.
I wasn't
Okay, so-
expecting a lot of stuff.
Right, so the stuff right
Yeah.
there. We have a lot of new
Stuff.
stuff. And
Yes.
it's kind of like overwhelming to realize how much new stuff is going to be. But, you know, with SRL, which we knew was on its way, we were expecting some racing gear, which is usable. You know, the helmets are still totally viable in every other Destiny scenario. We expected some new Sparrows. And everyone really, really, really loves the shaders from last year's SRL, some of the more popular shaders.
Yep.
So I think we were all expecting those three things, but we're getting that, plus just more of all of it, as well as new armor that from head to toe is going to be something you can equip on your Guardian and use for any activity, if that's what you choose. But I love that, because that means it's not something that I wear for 2 weeks that fits on my head and it makes me look like Skolas, but it's something that I can get and earn and say, ooh, I like this. This is now my thing. This is my look. So that's what's so cool about all this stuff. It's not just temporary.
There was someone asking me on Twitter, do you reckon like the spiky warlock armor and all this kind of stuff, how'd you get that? Is that going to be like an SRL reward, or is this part of the remodeled strikes? We just don't know really, do we? I mean, presumably SRL will have its own selection of very SRL specific kind of perked up armor and all that kind of thing. So yeah, like it looked like there was some extra armor to get from actually playing some of the strike content maybe. I mean, of course, that's just speculation on my half, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did see that it looks like all SRL gear will have usable perks and be able to be infused. Although I'm not sure about the perks, but it will be infused, meaning last year the helmet was the real the real object to get, and maybe some of the class items because those were really cool. But the arms, chest, and legs were specifically for racing, which is fine. You keep your racing gear in the vault for the races to come around. But now it's looking like they're going to be just armor pieces, which again means they're more usable. It's not just for the holiday event. If you choose to look like a sleek speed racer thing, if you're a Iron Lord and chainmail is your thing, they probably will clash a little bit. But if you like the futuristic stuff, then there you go.
Well, they've done quite a good job of mixing in things so far. Like there's a few sets that might kind of clash, but with the right shader, you can pull it off. But yeah,
I was actually wondering about that when Rise of Iron came out, because it felt like there was like some of the most varied armor we'd ever seen. If you compare the Days of Iron stuff with chainmail, fur, and flames, and then you've got the Siva raid gear, I was like, that's gonna look real bad when I put those together. That is gonna clash hard, but play to win. Gotta use the right perks.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I had the hunter the raid gauntlets jobbies with the Rise of Iron furry chest piece. That's kind of a bit Tibet. It always makes me think of Tibet when that goes. That works.
With the right shader,
make it work.
Like you said,
you make it work.
You make it work. So along with the gear, we've got new strikes. We're assuming some of this gear we're going to get hopefully be rewards from said strikes. They're bringing back the Nexus, which was a tough one of my favorites. I remember soloing that a bunch of times back in the day when Void Burn was out of control, and you try to get up high with Praetus Revenge and Truth and just try to hide on a rock while you shoot at and ignore all the bad guys.
Minotaur spawn behind me! Quick!
Oh
Rockets.
My god, that Minotaur! I totally forgot about that. Sure, Minotaur would spawn behind you.
That was my first Nightfall clear. Was with me and my friend Green and Gold, and then my brother. And we were both 28, and my brother was 26. And back then, light level, you were paper if you were anything below 28, 29, or 30. Totally so we just made him call out the Minotaur, and we said, "You stand here and look that way." And if
you're on Minotaur
pops up, we turn around and help you. But there was nothing he was going to do about it.
It's like when you're younger and you're doing something crazy with your brother, your sister, or something like that. You make your youngest sibling like, "Okay, you're the lookout."
Yeah, you're the
lookout. We're gonna get the cookies. You're the lookout. Tell us if mom comes or something. Like
the lookout never stayed at their post, man.
No, never.
No,
because you get bored on Minotaur.
You're too bored as the lookout.
Well, the question I've been wanting to get an answer for is, Bones, how many people have tweeted at you about the return of a certain gun?
Only as many.
Only half. Only half the community.
It's so funny because am I excited for Icebreaker to come back?
Yeah.
Do the ornaments look like the coolest thing in the world? Yes, that camo one is awesome.
I like the other one. I like the white one.
The white one, man. Yeah.
Oh, it's just like holiday looking. It's Christmassy. It's white and.
But at the same time, Icebreaker is not the gun it once was. I'm talking about the changes that they made, and they nerfed it so hard.
But it's like the principle of the thing, right?
Yeah.
To a certain level, I'm trying to to pump up the Bones hype, but he's not giving it to me.
Having it.
It's not the same though.
I just wish you could see some of the plays I would make. Go on YouTube and watch the stuff, and then try to mimic that.
The montage many times. It's sexy. It gets me going. It gets my
blood
blood pumping.
Air, hit fire, and probably hit something.
I know it's not the same. It's not the same. But I just figured that on some level, we would all be sort of hype about that gun coming.
I am.
I know it's different.
There's no question. I'm excited.
Different.
My dad is over the moon. That was his favorite gun in all of year one. Yeah, he was on his playing solo at the back of the map with his Icebreaker, waiting for things to just recharge and just taking shots at everything. And that was he was really upset when that got nerfed. Yeah, he wasn't happy.
We gotta get your dad on the show, Story. I want to talk to.
If you can get him up at this time in the morning, I will give you $1,000.
Isn't Isn't he on dad time though?
He's
Doesn't
on.
everybody's dad, like once you reach a certain age, you're on dad time, which is like you go to bed at like 9:30. You're like, oh god, it's bedtime, and you go to bed at 9:30. You wake up at like 4 or whatever.
He's always been a burner of midnight oil, always.
Gotcha.
So getting him up at this time would be quite difficult. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, Icebreaker.
there's
Just
more guns.
if anyone didn't know, Icebreaker's coming back. If
Yeah.
if this if this is the
news
first
to you.
time, if it's news, Icebreaker is coming back. How does one acquire Icebreaker? Do we know this yet?
So there's quests from Mr. Zavala, I believe.
There you go.
He's gonna be giving out some quests. We've also got some new exotics. We've got those Solar and Void Thunderlords. And of course, they have their own names. I forget what they're called. But I think
Voider Lords?
there's going to be the new trend now is to get exotics via quest, at least weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what's going to happen, which I like. Gives me some stuff to do for an afternoon. And it's a good introduction to the new content. Like, go do this new strike to get this thing.
Yeah.
So I like that more than just spamming 3 of coins on things
Yeah.
and waiting for a weapon to drop, because that's my least favorite way to acquire an exotic.
Yeah. It also means that if they are part of a quest, it means that they won't be dropping via 3 of coins at all, will they?
Right.
So
Right.
Probably not. No.
yeah, it's like Thorn that doesn't drop through.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. It's only
like
one way to get it, and you got to do it.
Yep. And that's what we got: Icebreaker, a Solar Thunderlord, and a Void Thunderlord that have separate names, so they're not really Thunderlords, but we don't know the names. But that's the easiest way of describing it. There.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then ornaments for Thorn, Red Death,
Yeah.
Black Spindle,
Yeah.
Icebreaker, of course, as it's coming there. And anything I'm missing, they all look pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with those.
Yeah.
It's definitely not Christmas without ornaments.
Yeah, man.
Finger guns. And then
I was quite taken by that.
Oh. I don't have one.
Oh, damn it,
We almost had
He's
the
out. Yeah.
combo breaker.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
and
good
Thorn, the Thornament, there was a new one, wasn't there? There was like a white.
It's like white with a red barrel.
Yeah, I couldn't
Only in
tell
the
if it was
trailer.
one of the things they previewed in weird lighting, or
Yeah.
if they mix those up, because they did say those designs were not final on the Thorn and the Red Death, which they previewed in the TWAB about a month ago. So yeah. Oh, and the last word, yes.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Ellen
Last
Akia,
word.
in the chat. The last word. Those are a little more subdued, which I think is still cool. Sometimes it's like, now it glows, and it's like, that's awesome. But at the same time, I like the subdued ones. And the last word is like the gun that is just, if you say Destiny, that's the gun that comes up in my head,
It's
just
iconic.
the mental image. And so it's going to be so weird for that to change looks. But I'm
It's
excited.
subtle
They look nice.
though, aren't they? They're quite subtle
Yeah.
ornaments, those ones. Because really, what can you do with it apart from violent changes, like make it pink, green, blue?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you don't want to make it
Yeah.
silly. It's not a silly gun. It's a gunslinger's Wild
Yeah.
West stuff. You need to still feel really cool and like a cowboy when you wear it. So
Yeah, man.
can't go too crazy.
It's a gun that demands respect.
Yeah, you can't just make it all black. I was thinking.
Yeah, you can't like polka dot it or whatever. Like, you can't.
Yeah, man.
You wouldn't like an all black last word?
I don't know. I mean, is it really going to suit it? Because like, it's got all those etchings and things on it like that, man. I'm not
Yeah.
sure that it would just kind of ruin it. It's just too much.
Yeah. And it's not really the tactical special ops that Mida is. We've got that one. So you want it to have some wear and tear too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dusty old thing.
It is, man.
Did we completely go over Destiny strike scoring?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's
we're
right.
coming to that now. We're coming to it. We're arriving at
gotcha.
it.
We're right there. We're right at the
Getting
doorstep.
there.
Right now.
Fallout.
Yeah.
I'm
Hold your
sorry.
horses.
It just okay.
This is a great addition. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh well, I think it's great. This is something that I used to think about when I was playing games like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Like you play the single player campaign and it doesn't have the same scoring system that connects and unifies with the multiplayer, and that was always been a criticism. So bringing that in now, I know it's like at the the end of the Destiny 1 time period and stuff, but I think that's definitely what multiplayers and PvE, PvP should have like in common, having this like very similar scoring system to make it a bit more unified. So that got a thumbs up from me. And medals, we can get medals in.
So many medals.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm pretty interested in that because I feel like I play strikes as just the most routine thing, and sometimes I like it to just zone out and get a treasure box or something like that. But it could possibly mix up bounties. You know, they might encourage certain play styles in the strikes, because normally I'm switching to the most effective thing, or at least I'm just adapting to whatever modifiers they put on it. But if they're saying, you know, get a lot of melee kills or something like that, I don't know, it could mess up it could mix up the approach you have, and it could be pretty fun, especially if you're competing against your teammates, because that's always my favorite thing to do.
Damn right. I think it's nice because some people play strikes a lot. I am a big PvP guy, but I know plenty of people are all about that PvE life, and you know, do your thing, whatever makes you happy. And this could be a cool way to compete in yet another way with your friends who you are constantly trying to go, ha, I kicked your ass to. You can just burn through a strike and try to get the highest score, try to get medals and stuff. I think it's a really cool addition.
Yeah, man. And it's like, it's more or less like almost an effortless addition as well. Like, I'm sure it's not like Bungie just press the button and go, oh, strike scoring, see? You know, I'm sure it took a little bit more time than that, but like, it's not like a, you know, like a complete rewrite of anything like that. It's just like a very quick addition that's going to add a new dimension to folks that love to play strikes. And just to reiterate, it is strike scoring. It's not going to be like on patrols or in the raid or anything like that. It's specifically strikes we're talking about here, isn't it?
Are we going to completely gloss over the fact that Story believes that all Bungie employees are like 1930s detectives?
Gangsters.
Like, old-timey
Strike
newspaper
scoring, see?
employees.
A Tommy gun.
We're going to give the people what they want. See?
Put it on the papers.
The people.
Like a couple of dames that take a few drinks at the bar.
God. Yeah, that's basically what goes on over there.
There's a lot of smoking and just
Cigars.
Everybody has a cigar,
walking by and just
overalls.
smashing away at typewriters.
Who's doing Zara this week?
The servers are down. What are we gonna do, boss?
Ah, shut up! You know, like the little Warner Brothers guy with a massive hat that's really tiny.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
gangster. I loved him as a kid, man. Ah, shut up! I loved him. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, I said that can only be what Bungie is like behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, man.
We can only speculate, but I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So let's talk about racing. We've got 2 new maps, and I think, you know, SRL was largely fun. At least my memory serves me correct. We enjoyed it. We had fun with ourselves. But we had 2 maps, which was not enough. It felt a little repetitive. So now we've got 4, and that's good. We might even see some tweaks to the old one. But I saw a little bit of Deej playing in his stream. Deej playing SRL is really funny because he's trying to narrate what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
He was hanging on to 3rd place, and then someone would cut him off, and he'd be like, "Get out of here!" and yell at that person. It's really entertaining. But they've got a map on Mercury, which looks crazy, and then a map in the Plague Lands, and that's like weaving through trees. It's very Star Warsy, you know, speeder bikes on Endor moving around giant trees. So I thought that one looked cool. So I'm excited for that.
It looked. I mean, I got the impression that there was like a whole bunch of new maps coming just from that trailer. I'm like, oh, that looks different. That looks different. That is huge. And I got this like big Wipeout feeling. I don't know. I was watching their PSX stream, and they had this trailer for Wipeout coming back, and I was like, wow, that's cool. And then Destiny came on with like a Wipeout style, you know, SRL track thing. You know, lots of.
Called a good ad.
Yeah, man, they had intertwining tracks and stuff, and like there was the Cyclops Vex thing shooting at people. I was like, okay, so
there's a spot on the Mercury map where you can split, and then it pulls back to 2 boosts, and you jump and cross if you went left or right. So I'm really hoping for some explosions in there
right now. I'm gonna be on par to get like a new high score, personal best, and I'm gonna go over the jump, and some asshole is gonna clip me right in.
And you're gonna hold the button and go to orbit.
I'm gonna go to orbit and abandon the match.
I know you.
You know me.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'll just bring it up because we're gonna have to talk about it. This is another live event. We've moved on from the world of DLCs, and the live events often come with new stuff, new boxes to open. We talked a lot about Festival of the Lost when it was here, that it was a little tough to get some things, and the RNG after paying for a few boxes was a little frustrating. Do we think that this is going to be improvement? That they've heard the problems with Festival of the Lost. We know we're getting boxes every day. I think we're going to receive 20 treasures.
Yeah,
that sounds good to me. I'm really hoping that they're changing it up with this live event.
Yeah,
yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. I mean, we've heard a lot of complaints from everybody about how Bungie handled Festival of the Cost.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's good to laugh again. Yeah, so
Now get out of here! You're bothering me.
So I am glad that we will be getting some stuff for free. I don't know what kind of stuff we're going to be getting. Really hope that it's good and usable and sexy and magic, crazy cool stuff. But yeah, hoping that we've all kind of moved on from the downs of
the gifts or the presents, whatever you want to call them, being given each day. That's good.
Yeah,
that for me, I like that. However, ask me at the end of the event when it's finished, and ask me how many duplicates of the same stuff that I got, and I'll tell you.
We are already thinking ahead.
Yeah.
To possible disappointment.
Yeah, I got 22 of the same thing. God damn it! But no, I think this time around, I don't think there's going to be as many complaints. That's my prediction. Hopefully. Yeah, like on the video that I made and I put up on my channel, there was a lot of people saying, please don't put things behind an RNG paywall and blah, blah, blah. I honestly don't think that that's going to happen this time around. If they're going to play it nice and clever, which I think they are, then definitely that's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, at least lower the frustration element of it. I also want to say, look, I'm expecting changes. Those boxes are nice. 20 treasures. That's every day of the dawning. You will be able to log in and open it and hopefully get one of those rewards. But just in case they do nothing and everything's the same, do not get yourself frustrating by falling for the same thing and spending $40 to get the one thing you want. Just keep it in mind and say, look, I know what I'm doing to myself. Is this worth it for me? Sometimes.
But there was an interview.
Purse away.
Yes.
Put that purse away.
If we can avoid this.
No dice rolling.
Yeah.
No dice rolling, fam.
Yeah.
But there was an interview with some Bungie fellow at PSX. I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he did say very, very quickly at the end of the interview that you would be able to pay at that Eververse station for the exact ornament that you wanted.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
He did say that very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's good for a lot of people, because a lot of people were like, for the Festival of the Lost, I wouldn't care if I had to pay for the flaming wolf head. I just want the flaming wolf head. I don't want to pay for a chance to unbox the goddamn flaming wolf head. I would just, I give you the money, you give me the fucking wolf head. All right? That's how it works. And Bungie, I think, is now just being like, yeah, you know what? That's fine. We're not gonna play crappy dice roll games with you. You want the whatever? You just give us the whatever, and we give you the whatever.
Give me the wolf
whatever.
Yeah.
Just picturing that as an exchange in a real movie scene for like, you give me the wolf head. That's my $20. Give me that goddamn wolf head.
Give me the wolf head. See.
Best I can do is an axis.
Yeah. So, damn it. Well, fingers crossed. I think we have a lot of shit to look forward to for this new event. Definitely looking pretty good right now. I think Bungie may have learned their lesson from the complaints from the community for the downsides of Festival of the Lost, and perfect world scenario. A couple of weeks from now, we'll all be in a relatively good mood.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
we
Relatively
can
good
only hope.
mood.
The other thing, a little thing to point out, someone noticed that green engrams, when they're on the ground, if you're already level 40, it turns into armor parts and weapon parts,
Yep.
which is super convenient. Little quality of life changes, and with these
so
quality of
good.
life changes, you think there might be a bigger patch with that. No speculation necessary, because who knows what could happen.
Yeah.
But we're hoping for a patch that may, tune some dials left and right and switch it up for
Freshen things up, crucible
exactly
wise.
for the entire game, for PvE, but also for the PvP world. Just to gotta mix it up, man. Gotta mix it up.
But
Yeah.
what if I'm grinding for a green hand cannon? What the hell, Bungie?
Fallout,
Ruining
you're just
my-
gonna have to deal with.
Why would you be grinding for a green hand
Ruining
cannon?
with my game.
Boss, it doesn't make sense that we got all these green engrams. There's somebody that wants a hand cannon. I'm telling you, there's someone.
Game.
A green hand cannon is for life, not just for Christmas, eh?
God, we gotta stop.
I know. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
I love you forever. And your never-ending parade of entertaining voices.
I'm the loser.
Uh,
I'm a loser. I'm a scrub lord. What was I going to? There was something.
I wanted to talk about, but we quickly dove into the talk about possible event salt. It's that SRL is permanent
Yes.
after
Yep.
the timed event.
That was what I was going to
You
say.
we can race in private matches whenever we want
Yeah.
after this
1v1
event.
scrub.
So-
1v1 me on the track.
Do you know what I immediately thought when I heard that news?
Tell me.
Rip Fallout's life, because you told us how
Yeah.
competitive you were with your better half on this. The fact that you can race each other now and constantly compete for top scores. Is there anything else that you're ever going to do? Fallout, you're going to come play Trials this weekend. You're going to stream some Iron Banner? Nope. I'm playing SRL.
PvP guide coming out. You been filming anything?
No.
Did
Did
you
you-
get a little hot in here?
Have you been to work these last few weeks? No.
I quit my job.
Did you shower? Did you eat?
Nobody got a world record, and that's what really matters.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, my original plan was to let my girlfriend get the high score track time in SRL and then just leave it that way. And then maybe a day before the event ended, I would just like stay up all night. Are you coming to bed? Yeah, I'll be there in like 5 minutes.
You gotta
And
cut
then-
3 seconds off of this time.
Yeah, and then we wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, good morning, dear. By the way, I beat your time by like 0.02 seconds and the event's over.
Bummer that the
Good day.
dawning is done. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, shame about that though.
Can't get a rematch in. Oh, no.
Now I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah, I didn't eat all weekend and I lost a foot, see? But I beat your score. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
that's cool though. The fact that, I mean, that was a nice, easy, swift enhancement.
Yes.
The fact that it's come into private matches, that's nice.
Agreed. Glad that they did that.
Yeah, thinking on the toes. I like it.
I like it.
And that's it, isn't it? That's the dawning done. That's done, isn't it?
Yeah, and
Onion
it's starting
rings.
soon, right? When does it start? The 13th?
Yeah, man. 1 week.
Yes.
One week
Not
and a
this
bit.
Tuesday, but the Tuesday right after.
Okay,
we'll
yeah, so
have,
I'm completely
we'll have
wrong.
another episode to chit chat
Yeah.
before then, and maybe we'll learn some new things along the way this coming week. Either way, man, I just want those wintry, colorful sets of armor. They look so amazing. Oh, no, also the Warlock and it looks like the Titan are getting what were once PlayStation exclusive blue sets of armor
Yeah.
are now going to be the new legendary. I'm happy with that because those were the
Nice.
coolest and it made no sense. I used them for like 4 total hours when I was level 16 at one point,
Yeah.
and then those were all just deemed irrelevant. So I'm glad that they're bringing back those designs because they're so cool.
There's a chess piece that I really wanted to come, a blue chess piece for Warlock that I really wanted to come into legendary circulation, but I didn't see it in the trailer. It's the is it the Jiao Show ones? You know, the ones that have all the Warmind,
Sounds like a thing.
the Warmind insignias on and stuff. They look really, really cool. Blue Warlock chess pieces with like the pocket infinity symbol. That's layman's terms for you.
I'm just gonna smile and nod.
Yes.
I want those. It's legendary.
Yeah,
That's some of the
sorry.
best warlock stuff in the game, right there. None of this multicolored, business. That's, bleh.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I'm always gonna be glad for getting more stuff.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Never
true.
gonna complain about that.
And when are we going to get
Are
a
you?
warlock tutu? That's another question on everyone's minds, I'm sure.
Warlock tutu.
Or a ballerina
Warlock
outfit.
hat. I want a big cowboy hat, like a 10-gallon.
Yeah. So, Iron Banner's coming back next week, Tuesday.
That's right.
Already?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
Like we were just
No, no,
saying,
no.
the
Well,
clever dragons were OP.
yeah.
it's-
Depending on where you are in the world right
yeah.
now.
For me,
Just say
it's
Tuesday.
it's Monday morning near 6 o'clock. So to me, it's tomorrow. Iron Banner's coming tomorrow. For me, I'm in the future. I'll tell you what it's like. I'll let you know in advance. Like if you cross my
Wonderful.
palm with silver. And it's going to be everyone's favorite game mode, Rift, isn't it?
Oh,
Oh, that's a time to freeze. Take a screen grab. There's a meme. There's a meme right for you. Ooh. Oh, that's classic. Well, at least it's
Click.
yeah, click screen grab.
I have multiple Fallout screen caps on my desktop. I'm just realizing that now.
Immortalized.
Alright, so Iron Banner Rift was too much for Fallout plays. He leaned back in a bit of excitement.
And then there were two. Oh my god, I need to add him back.
Too much for him to handle.
Oh no, where have you gone, Bones? There.
I'm here. I'm here.
Remove this person from the group. No, I was just me and you. Look, you're massive now. Look, it's the Bones Show. Oh, where's he gone? I need to add a person to the call, and it won't let me.
We gotta chop all this out of the iTunes thing, and they'll never know it happens. But if you're watching this, I am full screen. Wow.
You are full screen. I can't. There's nothing I can do about it. Show IM, call quality, screen options for this call. Oh, there it is. There it is. Add people to this call. Fallout. Add to call. There we go. Call failed.
I'm still just giggling at the idea that Fallout or Iron Banner Rift it just. Complete overload. Could not handle. Oh.
Yeah, he got DDoSed.
Yeah.
Someone DDoSed him. Oh my
Okay, well.
god.
Oh. All right,
Okay.
we're hoping Fallout can make it back, but he got DDoS.
Oh, here he is.
Hey. What happened? I think I started talking about my joy for Iron Banner Rift, and someone in the community was like, no, not having any of that. And they pressed a huge red button.
Just
Well,
you
I
missed.
got this
Loaded my
screenshot
computer.
for the Fallout, but we said Iron Banner Rift, and you leaned back and went, oh, and froze.
Oh.
And it looked like it was just
you're
too
like-
much.
You're,
Mate, you
you're
get-
waiting with bated breath. Like, what's he gonna say?
No, no, tomorrow your Twitter feed is going to be full of when you nut memes.
Love it.
When you hear Iron Banner is
Absolutely love it.
Rattle, rattle, jewelry, jewelry.
Uh,
Yeah, that
uh, we
was.
got nothing done, Fallout. We didn't talk about
You got
anything
nothing
else.
done? Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, I was gonna say there is a huge amount of people who absolutely hate nothing more than Iron Banner Rift,
Mm,
and they are entitled to their opinion. Play what you like to play, but for me, I don't know what it is. I love Iron Banner Rift. I think it is so entertaining. It's fast paced. I just really like it, and I know people are going to send the Dark Brotherhood to my house to stab me late at night.
I just like variation. Variation with Iron Banner. Keep it rotating
Variation
because
too.
I really don't like control as a game mode anyway. That's just me, my personal thing. So anything that's not Iron Banner control, I'm I like to dabble with that kind of thing. I understand the complaints though. I know like folks are like, I can't play this solo. I can't solo queue for this, but I can solo queue for other games. And I'm like, well, I can't solo queue for Iron Banner and enjoy it full stop. So it doesn't really matter what the game mode is. It's harder to win, sure, when you're playing solo, because it is a very intense, you know, it's intensely team based, isn't it?
I can't handle chat right now. So
Yeah,
that's right. Dino says when she says "dunk the spark." Oh,
And you keep on going. You see, and it was
let's
live
try-
here. It was live right here.
It was live.
you can't
right
write this, folks.
on the
You
Planet
can't, man.
Destiny Twitch. Well,
Oh
let's
my God.
remind everybody to minimize your Iron Banner salt levels by going in with a fire team.
Yeah,
Very important to do.
yeah, that's it.
'Cause I've heard so many people like, "Oh God, I just hate Iron Banner." Like they tweet at me like, "I don't know how you like Iron Banner."
That's me. That's me.
Yeah, it's
With all my
literally
sub
always
accounts, with all
tweeting me
my
multiple times
troll
every day.
accounts that I have at my disposal.
And I'll say, "Well, what don't you like about it?" Well, I go in and my random teammates are just awful. Like, go in with a team. It's like that classic meme where it's like when you play online multiplayer, it's like the other team, and it's like a picture of like a Navy SEAL team, and it's like my team, and it's a picture of like the Three Stooges hitting each other in the face with their rifles or whatever. It's like, yeah, if you go in alone, it's probably gonna suck.
Yes.
You should go in with teammates. And if you have no teammates, there are many LFG websites which you can peruse. At
If
your
you have
leisure.
no teammates, there's always money. You know, get the wallet out.
Hey, friends.
Buy
come on.
friends. You
You're
know,
telling
shower
me
them with
You're gonna
loot.
spend $140 at a chance of getting a flaming wolf head, and you won't pay some random jabroni online $5 for a game of Iron Banner. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, man. No, I do. I understand and I sympathise with folks' complaints. It is going to be for those people that play alone and they don't, for whatever reason. There's a lot of folks out there with like social. I have folks that tweet me every now and again. I'm really terrible at making new friends, and I'm really bad at communicating with people. I know this is my thing, but like it's a real bummer when you can't solo queue this and that. Yeah, it's a bummer. I get it, but there is a remedy. There is a remedy, and that is stand up for yourself. Go and make some friends. Just give it a go, because there's plenty people out there that are going to play with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And 6 dummies is better than 1. You know.
And if you already have either the Iron Banner fusion rifle, or you either have the Iron Banner scout rifle, the Distant Star, and you're not a huge fan of Rift, you don't have to play Iron Banner. I mean, I feel like an idiot saying that.
Yeah. You can
People are
skip
just-
this one.
Yeah, if you're like, I hate Iron Banner supremacy or whatever. I'm like, well, why did you play it? I don't know. Don't play if you don't like supremacy. Like, I feel that Iron Banner happens so frequently lately.
Yeah,
Bungie, every time you turn around, Bungie's like, oh, hey, happy new week. By the way, Iron Banner.
Yeah.
If
I'm pretty stoked to get some vendor drops.
Yeah.
That's one reason I'll play, even if I wasn't the biggest Rift fan.
Yeah.
Last time, all the vendor options were easy to get to. You could rank up pretty quickly, and they were all like 98 to 100% in terms of stats, which means you can reach the tier 12 for you hardcore
Damn right.
loadout builders, and that was really perfect for me because I've gotten some terrible rolls on gear.
Yeah.
And if we've got helmets and class items, and helmets is really what I need right now, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, man.
I'm hoping I get some good options.
I haven't
hoping for
had
that
the
too.
fusion rifle yet, so I might be playing. It might be difficult for me to play though this next week. And
That's a good fusion rifle.
Yeah, I want to give it a go. Like my Saladin's Vigil, I got a great roll on that, so that's like my go-to fusion at the moment. Of course, Stellar Vestige, the Trials one as well. But I've been dabbling. At the moment, I'm finding it really difficult to take the Queensbreaker bow out of my cold, dead hands at the minute. And that was an issue today. I was earlier on I was playing some trials and I was like, I can't do another PD highlights video and I'm using the Queenie again. I need to use something different, you know. But yeah, man, I think this Iron Banner fusion rifle might force me to have a little bit of a dabble with something different. And of course, having a different roll on Distant Star. I've got a really good roll, but I would like to. It's a good gun. It's a really good gun. I want to sample some different rolls.
Yeah, I finally got one I liked on the last Iron Banner. Works great with Hidden Hand, and if you can get something like Perfect Balance, because I was talking about this where braced frame is usually a good choice on a lot of weapons, but it brings the mag size to like 10. Yeah. So you're looking for something like Perfect Balance because that doesn't take your ammo away too much, and then you got a good setup right there.
Yeah, man. I can't remember what I got on mine. I had crowd control, which I thought I got really excited about, but it's not that amazing, really.
I got that scout rifle with the explosive rounds on it, and it's not fantastic, but it's just so rude to hit people with, like that. Those dirty exploding, because they flinch and they flip out, like they just don't know how to handle it.
What's hitting me?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
I've seen a lot of people using the Trials scout rifle with explosive rounds in Trials of Osiris, and if you don't have that, very good scout rifle. But if not, and you have those explosive rounds on a Distant Star, you should try it out, because what you can do with those is actually shoot the walls in the ground. So if you got someone kind of trying to do that double peek and they're just trying to get their health back, you can really, really bother them by just shooting the stuff around them. It's not, it's not the kill machine, but if you ever die to explosive rounds from around the corner, you'll be very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What armor we got? Iron Banner. It was helmet
and class item, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. So if you're a Titan, you have the opportunity to get that goddamn sexy Titan helmet. I would do anything to have that helmet on my Warlock. With the horns on the side.
Yeah, man, it is good. I like the Warlock one of them as well. The only one I don't like is the Hunter one. Yeah. And of course, don't forget, your bounties could land you any of the other weapons. The mandatory dragon, as I was calling it yesterday, or a lingering song, which I think is a fabulous hand cannon. I'm just seriously upset that it's not the archetype. It's like the first curse, heavy hitter, slow fire rate. I'd have loved it if that would have replaced the Luna and the Palindrome as like, because the appearance and the sound of it's brand new. I'd have loved that to have been the Luna archetype. I'd have loved it, but
what can you do?
The powers that be said, "Sorry, son. See, the dog was rabid. Had to put it down." But yeah. What else we got? We got the rocket launcher. You can have a go at that. The machine gun if you didn't get showered in them last Iron Banner. The unbent tree.
That was my nickname in college.
Yeah. I thought that was the slightly stiff bush. Instead, the perpendicular shrubbery.
Next podcast, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to have you talk to me the whole time and make me laugh. It's just going to be the whole show.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm remember, though, podcast-wise, someone else is going to have to do all the Starship Enterprise business, because I'm going to visit my mum and dad on the 23rd of December till the 3rd of January.
For the next time?
No, not for that. It's 23rd of December is when I fly out.
So you are going to be around for episode 100.
Yes, of course. Yes, episode 100. 100. It's happening. So we need to do something a bit special. Maybe we should dress up again, perhaps.
Maybe the Iron Banana should come out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dust that thing off if it's
still.
That's
what we can do. Yeah. Oh, it's around.
It's around. I bet it's hung up in one of those pristine plastic dry cleaning packages, in the wardrobe, don't touch that. No one go anywhere near that.
It's like, well, it's like when you go to like a football stadium, they have it hung up because it's like retired. You know what I mean? I can honor it.
You've had it sealed in perspex. It's in an acrylic block, and it's going to be sold to the Japanese for hundreds of millions of dollars. But yeah, man, we should do something special for
We
that
will.
for that one. But yeah,
we'll think about what we can do.
But yeah, in regards to the podcasts, when I will be away, I will be there. I'll be sitting in my mum and dad's Christmas light bathed living room with either my iPad or my laptop. So I'll be able to be part of the podcast for sure. It's just I won't be able to stream host it OBS wise. So
Okay. Good.
yeah,
Figure something out.
and I'm gonna wear a Christmas
You'll
hat.
do an episode without your shrubbery jokes.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if we can survive.
Yeah, you'll just have to face it. But yeah, Iron Banana. That's happening. It is Rift. We're gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna have to get our teams together and prevail victoriously.
Sounds like a goddamn plan.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's like there's so much to talk about, and we were so excited that we got through it pretty
We
quick.
just kind of blew through it.
I mean, like,
Well, there's only 3 of us, isn't it? Like,
I know.
we've usually got 2 more lovely opinions to fill in
Most of
the
those
holes.
guys
That
just
is true.
droning. That's how we get to the hour-and-a-half mark. Am I right?
Yeah. But it does actually open up the possibility of having a few more questions, perhaps, from
Yeah, it's
the...
true.
That's true, and I'm sure. I think people have been asking a lot about the dawning and stuff, and we'll try to, inform you as best we can. Some stuff is just, as like they say, you need to find out when it happens. But yeah, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, hit us with some questions in the Twitch chat, and in the meantime, I will look on the Planet Destiny Twitter, which is where we normally farm our questions before the show.
I'm just going to sit here and let you do the work.
Oh, is that how it's so? No real difference from the normal stream, huh?
Yeah.
So, well, here's a question to start off, because this is sort of in timing with the Icebreaker making return. Orange Guff asks, has Bungie forgotten about the Pocket Infinity forever? Sad face. And so that will be one of a couple exotics that have not been brought up. Icebreaker was in that small group up until this winter, but along with the Vex Mythoclast and the Necrochasm, do you guys think we will see the Pocket Infinity?
I don't know.
I hope so.
Haven't they tried to forget about that? Because let's just...
I hope
the
not.
Pocket Infinity...
No, never forget.
Pocket Infinity was literally the Pocket Infinity. An infinite amount of death and salt from an
Well, what did you
auto-fire fusion rifle.
expect?
And how long did it have in that variation of its life? Was it like 5 minutes in the Crucible
Not
before it got
long enough,
nerfed?
baby.
It got nerfed beyond recognition. I think this is why it's being forgotten about, because it's like, how do we bring that back and, brave the embarrassment of its name and then the reality of what it is actually like? It's not the Pocket Infinity. It's like the Pocket something. It's not an infinity anymore. It's the pocket a little bit,
Bring it to the pocket a little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty deep pocket.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they're trying to forget about it. It's like we tried to make something horrendously amazing, and it was so fun. But then of course you have to nerf something like that.
I think the pocket a little bit was my other nickname in college.
Yeah.
But maybe they could make it so that you could use the gun and it would be full powered, amazing, only until you first die, and then it shoots nothing but rainbows and unicorn farts for the rest of the game or something like that. I don't know. But you got to bring it back somehow. That gun was so cool.
Yeah.
I miss that gun.
I was really upset when they changed the sight on it as well. Like the year one, the original sight, I really liked it, and then it was like a little triangle thing. And I remember looking at someone's video on YouTube, and I was like, "Wow, where'd you get that?" I had no idea that it existed.
Wasn't it the little star? It was like a red star or something. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a triangle that fit perfectly in line with the
good.
the bits the thing. As you look down it, it's
the whatchamacallit.
yeah, and then they changed it to a square, and it just didn't have the same allure for me, really. Personally.
Allure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, got a question from Tyler, which is, what will Icebreaker's return possibly mean for the state of PvE and for PvP? Thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, look at the return of Yalahorn. That everyone was worried that that would dominate the PvE scene, but it was balanced and it was tweaked. Don't expect Icebreaker to not remain tweaked. I don't think it's going to upset any kind of PvE or PvP balance. You know.
Yeah, so it's pretty slow to gather its ammo. You cannot really, sit back and get to 6 without wasting a ton of time. And a lot of the new strikes are designed so you cannot just stay in one corner.
Yeah.
At this point, like, you don't want to. It's not really how people play those scenarios, and the new raid really does not allow you to stay in one spot for very long. So I don't think we're going to see that. But PvP, and this is kind of my area of expertise here. It went from the best handling and the best aim assist on any sniper rifle. It was just hands down the best. And this is why it was nerfed, because it was exotic. It gave free ammo, and ammo was a big deal in the changes during year 2. We went from quite a lot to not getting any at the start. You had to wait, and then little changes to boxes. When it sort of circumvented all that, that was a big problem. But what happens now is Icebreaker doesn't carry over ammo when you die. So in PvP, you gotta wait, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, maybe longer, to what feels like forever to get one bullet. And then you can shoot it, and then you gotta wait for the next one. So in a PvP game, and especially in something like 6's, where it's a little faster paced, you're never, ever, ever going to have 6 rounds unless you permanently try to stay alive for that long, but that's an insane way to play. So it's not going to completely circumvent the ammo situation. Any legendary sniper can do a better job of maintaining ammo. So I don't see it making much impact at all, really. If you like it and you think it's cool and you get a new ornament, equip it, have fun, but it won't be the new dominating force.
Good answer. Nothing else to add there. Look for another one.
The gavel has been smashed. Smash the gavel.
Bones has spoken.
Yes.
Sorry, this is just scrolling through these questions. Question for Planet Destiny: are you guys a real planet? Yes. Yes, we are a real planet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just go. I'll do a big one here. X-Raid 120 asks, when do you think Destiny 2 will be announced / revealed? Ooh. And I saw some YouTubers out there going, are we gonna see it at PSX? And I really didn't expect it. I think that'd be pretty early. But at the same time, they've been a little better about keeping stuff hidden. They did not reveal the dawning. There was no leaks. Or anything like that. I don't know if we're gonna see a big roadmap or anything like that month after month. Here's what to look for. My guess is E3. I think we'll see it at E3.
That's where all my money is on. E3. They might, announce it or something before, but at E3, my money is on. They're gonna have some big presentation. It's gonna be really awesome and sexy, and there'll be videos, and they'll talk about it, and then it'll probably come out when all huge games come out in the gaming industry, which is around fall or extremely early winter before holiday. It's going to happen. That's what my money's on anyway. Don't take my word for it, but smart bet.
And E3 is what time of year again?
June.
Spring?
June.
Summer.
June. It's actually right around my birthday usually, which is pretty nice.
No one cares, Fallout. Just a little side note for all of you wondering, my birthday is...
Here's my P.O. box.
God.
That was a question for me there. What is a kipper?
What?
What is a kipper? A kipper is a fish. It is a fish, and I thought it was Scottish, like smoke me a kipper. A smoked kipper is a smoked fish, basically. There you go. Answer done. Next.
I think what they really want to know is, why do you talk about fish so much? If that's coming
It's
up.
good for you. It's good for you. It's part of a good, healthy diet. Isn't it? What was that? Apparently.
I love fish.
Yeah, man, fish is good.
Yeah, but, back on E3, since I think people are... Yeah, I see some chat talking about E3. E3 is in June, and I really think that my hopes is that this game's going to be ready A lot of the times, at least in this whole next gen console thing, we see games get announced and then say, "Oh, we need a few more months." But we've known that they have been working on this next game since months before Rise of Iron. Since the April update, we sort of got the idea that, hey, there are teams at Destiny hard at work at the next sequel. So I think we can take a little solace in the fact that when we do hear about it, it's going to be coming hopefully soon after that. We won't be like, maybe it'll get pushed to 2018, but I don't know. I don't know how the industry works, and they won't tell us until they're sure. So let's just hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that around May 2017, they'll all just be sitting around comfy chairs in their conference room at Bungie HQ. Deej will be like, should we make a Destiny 2? Should we do that?
Hey, how about a sequel, huh?
How about a sequel, see?
Ah, shut up!
Get out of here, kid. You bother me.
Get out of here. You're bothering me. Sorry, son.
Yeah, they've been working on it for quite a while.
Well,
I
it was
think.
the rumors were around, and was it? I don't think it was official that Destiny 2 delayed till 2017. It wasn't like an official thing, but the rumors started circulating that we were going to see it in the fall of 2016. Rise of Iron was the expansion that was never meant to be, so those were the things that circulating. So yeah, it would be nice to have just an inkling. I mean, I just want it. I want to know what it's all about now. I don't want to wait. I've got no patience. I've got no...
Got no patience.
I've got no patience for that.
Give me the content now.
But I mean, there's a lot of I've got used to games being half cooked when they're released. I think tuning things on the fly, like look how Destiny was when it was first released in September 2014. It was some people were like, oh, this is not what's advertised, blah blah blah. But it evolved quite quickly. I think it was when House of Wolves came, that's when things really started to take shape. Games of that size do take a while, and I think they do need to be out in the open, out in the wild, in order to become, like closer to what the original ideal or concept of the developer had. Like weapon balance, always constant tuning. It's always going to be something that's constantly tuned. I don't think you can have it like 100% perfect on the day of the release. So yeah, like as long as the game has its core, I'm quite fine with it being tuned when it's out in the wild. I expect it now. Loads of games are doing it, aren't they? Really? What's come out that's perfectly finished day one? Bang.
Wow, what a depressing question.
But that's
I'm glad that video game companies have the ability to tweak and do whatever their games on the fly, because sometimes there are changes that need to be made on the fly.
Yeah.
But it's just depressing thinking about some companies being like, yeah, whatever, really put the game out. We don't want to delay it because then it'll be delayed, and that's terrible. We want our money now. Like, just put the game out, and if there's any problems with it, we'll fix it.
Yeah, it's pressure though, isn't it? Like, I mean, there's a lot of pressure, but Destiny was in development for a long, long time, so it was kind of needed, to get it out there. I think a delay could have been potentially bad, maybe. But Bones is like, fuck you guys, man. Gone.
He's out.
He's out. No more memes. No more cigar. No.
Well,
yeah. Another question from always getting the kitty puss. The kitty puss.
I got a kitty coming in there. I got a question here from, oh God, I just lost it. It was from Nathan. Where is that question? I got you. Where is it? I got you. Do high caliber rounds need to be removed from PvP? I like having perks to strive for, but my friends want it gone. Get new friends, bro. Just kidding. There's nothing. It's a good perk, sure, but come on, removed from PvP. Really?
I think
no.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's in the spotlight at the moment because, like, if you like Widow's Court, I think a lot of complaints about high caliber rounds have come about this weekend in trials because it's more of a sniper map. It's a sniper oriented map, even though the shotgun rushing as a team of wall of death is still a very viable strategy. However, a sniper rifle is quite a good weapon to pick for Widow's Court. However, if you're being flinched to the moon every time with the mandatory dragon, I can understand where the complaint's coming from in that respect. Yeah, but
Bones,
yeah.
Bones, have you ever heard in any of the Destiny tournaments that have ever existed, including the one that just happened this weekend, any of the top competing teams complaining about the use of high caliber rounds?
You know, we heard some complaints throughout the tournament because everyone hates the thing that just killed them.
Right.
But yeah, you know, this is a tough zone. People say don't just balance based on the best players, but the best players are using the best guns, hands down, and we don't see pulse rifles except for on a few maps show up. So my theory is this is my take, and Fallout, I think this is kind of what you're getting at here, is that if the best player in the game is going into a match and they think I'm going to use a hand cannon and a shotgun, then my take is that the best thing isn't high caliber rounds on a pulse rifle. And so my opinion would be don't do anything with the thing that's not really the best because there's something that can beat it, or that there's something that's a better choice for your experience overall. That being said, changes have to be made based on feeling, not so much based on the straight numbers. But you know, people, there's this quote from a long time ago that everyone jumped on and didn't like, but I thought it was very interesting. And they said even changing the sound of a gun can change the perception of the weapon in competitive environments. They might, same bullets, same rate of fire, same damage, same time to kill, but they change the sound, and suddenly it pops up and says, "Oh, I like this," or they say, "Oh, that doesn't bother me anymore." So I don't know. It's a very nuanced thing. I think they're okay. I know the Clever Dragon is quite popular, but I'm using the Trials Pulse, and I just got a new IS Luna, and there's very few things that are going to pull that out of my hands at the moment.
What you got on the Luna? What you got on that Luna?
I just last night I got the Rescue Mag, which is not bad. Not very much reloading. Sure shot, rifled, and Luck in the Chamber.
Sexy.
And I'm happy
It's
with
like
that.
mine. Apart from I got,
Yeah.
I think it's Last Resort instead of the Rescue Mag, and yeah,
Oh, I would
it's
take
my
that.
only one with
That sounds
rifled.
good.
It's my only one with rifled, so it's my favorite. I love
So
it.
take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to talk about there. This, okay. So everyone's experience is anecdotal. I have not done enough testing, and I don't think anyone should say this is absolutely true if you've only played a few games in a thing. But I played all evening last night. Me and my buddy Dan just hanging out, saying, "Hey, do you want to do some IS Luna grinding?" Said, "Yeah." Ended out going great for me. But the IS Luna drops in Classic 6v6, and for some weird reason, Classic 6v6 had full teams of 6. It was a true 6v6. It wasn't 5v4. People weren't quitting out and leaving a team of 3. And there were lots of green bars. So this is my anecdotal experience. And I did it again today, and I was like, wait, this is better. And even the daily was control. And I'm trying to finish a control bounty from Shaxx and stuff. And Classic 6v6 just felt better. So we'll label that a conspiracy theory because that's my takeaway. But hey, I know people are like, you don't like anything. You don't think anything's bad about the game. Man, I've been dealing with red bars and half-filled games as long as any of you. But it was different in 6v Classic. And I don't know why that is.
Well, I mean,
Classic 6
put on
is
your hats.
confirmed.
anything to
for
promote people playing 6v6 Classic or any Classic modes at the moment, I'm all up for that because that's the only place you're going to get a Lunar. You know,
a lunar.
So if you're chasing one of them, you got to play that. And I mean, I think time of day, from like now, if I jumped on anything Classic, Rumble is not as well populated as say 6v6. And in my experience, I've seen more Lunars drop in 6v6 than Rumble. But yeah, like if I popped on now, it'd be very hard to get a game, and I'd be playing mostly folks in the US, which kind of makes sense because more people are awake in the US right now than there are in Europe. But if I play in the middle of the day, it's still a bit for me personally. But anything, go and play, please. More people in 6v classic modes. More.
And you know, it could be something just to do with the fact that there's 3 of them. If you want 6s,
Yeah.
you just do the 6s one. You'll play
Yeah.
Clash and Control or whatever. But you know, I really do think that, you know, we're not going to get into this at the end of the show about what the player population is doing right now. But there's so many playlists, and I'm thinking maybe it just gathered more in one space and made it a little easier for my matchmaking to put me in a game that was full of people with good connections. So and that's all I want. That's perfect. So just a little side note.
While we're on
me.
the subject to hand cannons, sorry Fallout, you can't carry on, mate. I was just gonna.
I was just gonna say that now that Bones has said that Classic 6 is a low-key paradise for green bars, you just ruined it, bro. Because this week everyone's gonna go in there like, oh, it's great.
It's great.
I heard on the podcast that it's like a paradise, and they roll in and everybody clumps through the door at once, and now it's garbage.
I don't know if you noticed, but apparently palindromes have been added to legendary engram decodes. Like they've been added to the pool. I took a legendary engram over to the Cryptarch and got a palindrome. And apparently that's a recent thing. It was like added within one of the updates either last week or the week before. Whenever we had a little update, it was added then. So you can actually spend your coveted legendary marks on a legendary engram at the Cryptarch, or you can decode your legendary engrams and have a chance of getting a palindrome. So the grind for the palindrome has actually got widened. It's not just from Crucible packages now. Because that's
good to know.
It is. Because you've got the two best hand cannons in the game, Luna's Palindrome, and they have a Luna is very, very minimal. You know, you can only do classic PvP to get one, whereas now the Palindrome, you have a bit more of a chance. Just thought that might be worth throwing in there, you know.
It is definitely worth mentioning.
Yeah. So yeah. More questions? Is it more questions? We got any more?
We got time for one more? Yeah. We got time for one more?
Yeah. We got time, baby.
Let's find a good one here. Question about bones and a beard. Skip that.
I had to come.
Are you kidding me? Give me a break.
That cut this kid some slack.
Hey, Fallout, you lean to you lean towards the middle of the screen, and I'll lean towards the other thing, and people can see this comparison here.
I'm not doing that.
This keeps it's obligatory for the winter. It keeps you warm. I'm sick of looking homeless, but you know it's warm.
Oh lordy.
Oh, that's Shadowhunter. Do you think the next update will be bringing back the old raids? I'm thinking, I don't know what everyone else is thinking, I think that's going to be an April update thing. I can feel that in my waters, that they're going to save that for the last stretch of Destiny 1. April update, retro raids coming back with all the old gear so you can infuse the Vault Glass stuff and the Crota's End stuff. That's my suspicion. Personally, what do you guys reckon?
Could happen.
Could happen.
It's possible.
Good answer.
I think it'd be a little strange to get just raids if that was the major chunk. So I'd expect it to maybe come with something else.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. It's like raiding is still some work for me to do. If I'm really excited, like I was throughout a lot of Rise of Iron so far about doing Wrath of the Machine, I'll definitely get a team together. But like, I don't know. It was tough to do Vault. It's a longer raid, and so I don't know. I think that might be a strange, full chunk of update to say, hey, here's new content, but it requires a lot of your time. And I think the casual players will have a little bit of
I think it'd definitely be part of an extra. It'd be like a thrown in thing. Like April update is this big lovely thing here. By the way, old raids are now relevant again. We've refreshed it. That's what I reckon.
Sort of on the line with strike scoring. It's like, oh, this is with SRL. There's definitely more to do, but we just thought we'd give you this as well. I think that would make sense.
Definitely not the focal piece, not the feature presentation, but thrown in there on the side for April, I reckon. Still.
And it could be a great showing to do some ornaments for the Vex or the Necrochasm or something like that. That'd be
Yeah,
Pretty
man.
dang cool.
Yep. And for the Vex to be a little bit better than it is at the moment,
Turn the dial up a little bit.
just a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah.
I'd love a Vex Mythoclast meta in Trials. That'd be so weird.
That would be strange. I don't know if I would be able to handle that.
By the way, Fallout, my Twitter feed right now is nothing but pictures of your face when the camera.
Oh man, please retweet
well,
some so I
can't
can have a
wait
look.
to read some of those. Wonderful.
When you're not.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Wrap it up.
Lord.
I can see
Out of
it.
hand.
I think that's a good time to end on.
Planet Destiny.
It's a good time.
That's
to
my
cut
new
it
desktop.
short.
I'm going to use that as my Christmas present wrapping paper.
Me have my mobile background right there on the phone.
I've got a screenshot of Fallout doing the O face for when Iron Banner ripped on my desktop. That's gonna happen. Right next to that saved image is a screenshot of Fallout in his Iron Banner outfit, blindfolded, playing Destiny.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
the
was a good
dumbest
one.
thing I've ever seen. And I'm just gonna make a collage of Fallout pics. It's gonna
I
be
would
beautiful.
love that. Fantastic.
Okay,
it's a
everyone,
beautiful
thank
thing.
you for tuning in.
Yeah.
We're gonna look for someone to host here, but in the meantime, we'll do a little bit of plugs. My name is Bones. You can find me at Bones_CR, and check out CrucibleRadio.com for everything PvP. It's a good podcast. Check it out. The Black Link showing up in the Twitch chat. Must have just got home. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, man. Ooh.
Fallout. Where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube or on Twitch at twitch.tv/FalloutPlays or youtube.com/FalloutPlays. Plenty of videos related to PvP content and weapon testing and all sorts of good stuff like that there. And for shitty memes of my face frozen in position talking about Iron Banner, you can find me on Twitter at Fallout_plays.
Nice.
Story, talk to me.
You can find me behind this desk and this mouse mat and this keyboard right here, right now. See you next week. No, you can search. Just head on over to Planet Destiny's YouTube and look down the right-hand column. There's a whole bunch of us right there representing. Just go down each thing. Subscribe. Donate. And then there you go. And that's the end of it. Now get out of here. You're bothering me.
Get out of here, sir.
Say.
Who are we going to raid?